You might have spent years wondering why you seem to fail at normal daily life. Highly intelligent people often survive on pure adrenaline for decades, hiding a state of total exhaustion that eventually pulls them under. This manifests as a daily wall of executive dysfunction. You might sit for hours, unable to initiate a simple task, lose large blocks of time completely, or find yourself physically incapable of following through on a plan you made just yesterday. Over time, this cycle exacts a brutal emotional toll. When you repeatedly fail to do the things you know you need to do, you internalize these struggles as moral failings, convincing yourself you are lazy or that your character is somehow broken. But this chronic burnout is not a lack of willpower. It is the symptom of an invisible, structural mismatch between how your specific brain processes the world and what the environment demands of it. This exact profile of exhaustion and executive gridlock frequently points to a specific clinical reality, AuDHD, or the co-occurrence of autism and ADHD. These are often viewed as distinct, separate conditions, yet research indicates they overlap heavily, presenting together in up to 37% of cases. Living with this combination is confusing because the conditions seem to demand exact opposites. The autistic side of the brain craves rigid routine and predictability, while the ADHD side requires constant novelty and stimulation. Treating auDHD by addressing one condition and ignoring the other fails. These traits do not exist in separate compartments. They create an active collision within the brain's specific attention networks. To understand this collision, we have to look at the monotropic mind. This theory suggests that the autistic brain is structurally driven to allocate its cognitive resources into deep, singular interests, rather than spreading them across multiple tasks. This monotropic focus creates a mental tunnel. The brain operates at maximum capacity inside this beam, absorbing incredible detail while everything else fades away. But ADHD introduces attention capture. A random notification violently splinters that singular beam of attention. Because ADHD also carries working memory deficits, once that tunnel of focus is broken, the brain struggles to remember how to rebuild it. The original task is completely derailed. This results in a biological tension. The auDHD brain requires deep focus, yet is hijacked by structural distractibility. This chart shows the intensity of hyperfocus across different neurotypes. The purple plots, representing individuals with both autism and ADHD, sit at the highest levels, showing more intense hyperfocus across multiple domains of life compared to other groups. This data links that focus directly to distractibility. The upward trend lines show a positive correlation. The people experiencing the most intense hyperfocus are the exact same people scoring highest for ADHD-driven inattention. When a hyper-focused, monotropic brain is violently forced to break its tunnel and juggle multiple attention streams, it triggers a mechanism known as the monotropic split. The neurological reaction to a split is immediate. The brain experiences massive system overload and rapid cognitive exhaustion as it burns through its resources, trying to process too many streams at once. This overload is the neurological basis for meltdowns, emotional shutdowns, and the chronic inability to complete basic executive functions. What felt like a personal failure was actually the physical trauma of a monotropic split, a systemic structural overload. Viewing this through the neurodiversity paradigm changes the objective. The goal is no longer forcing an auDHD brain to mimic a neurotypical one, but actively accommodating its unique structure. This makes targeted sensory accommodations vital. Noise-canceling headphones function as a physical shield against the external attention captures that trigger a split. It also means purposefully building a dopamine menu. By intentionally leaning into your autistic special interests, you can trigger flow states that feed the ADHD brain's hunger for intense novelty without breaking your focus. These tools are the baseline maintenance required to protect and operate a highly specialized neurological system. Managing daily life requires radically controlling task transitions. Giving your brain buffer time to exit one tunnel of focus before entering another prevents the sudden, traumatic system crashes that lead to burnout. Diagnosis or self-discovery provides a biological map of these cognitive bottlenecks. It identifies where the wiring makes certain environments inaccessible. Understanding these mechanics changes the context of your history. It offers a neurological explanation for why willpower failed, providing a concrete basis to begin challenging the lifelong narrative of personal failure. Understanding the AuDHD brain replaces the claim that you are broken with the reality that you operate differently, and that shift is how you finally break the cycle of exhaustion.